Just NBA games.
Hey everyone, welcome to Points in the Paint from For Fantasy State, brought to you by Yard Barbers. As always, I am Andrew McKay. With me is my partner in crime, Sam Odiemi.
Hey,
I'm going to continue to get that right from week to week, and I'm just going to continue to press myself and nail it.
I'm proud of you, man.
We want to kick off the show tonight by some breaking news from today. Zach LaVine hurt, out for the year. Dunzo, no, April Fools. Zach LaVine is completely fine, completely healthy. Bulls fan page shared the joke and scared half the Bulls nation, myself included. That was the first thing I woke up to this morning, Sam.
Nah, I've seen that before, and you know what? Zach LaVine, I saw that article and I thought it was clickbait because I saw it said Zach LaVine shares troubling news regarding injury, and it was like before April Fool's though, and I'm like, you know what? This just seems like clickbait. And then I saw that post earlier, but I mean, at that point, I knew. I'm like, nah, he's not hurt. I mean, I know they play. Yeah.
Well, see, I was just scrolling through Facebook, and one of my friends shared it, and I was like, wait, what's happening? And then I looked at the comments before I did anything else, and then there was a screenshot in there that was just April Fools. I was like, yeah, all right, yep. And then even one of our co-founders, Doug, he would send it to the group and was just like, oh no, the Bulls are done. No, the Bulls, they're in business. They're probably going to make the finals. The East Finals, there are 7 teams fighting for playoff spots, and they're only 5 games apart, which is crazy. And
the Bulls keep losing. The Bulls have a tough schedule though. It's tough, man. They got to play all these playoff teams. But
well, I mean, that's the only way you're going to figure out if you're good enough to be in the playoffs.
As long as we have to be in the contention for a playing game at least. I know this team just they traded for Vucevic, stuff like that. That's going to take time, but I think we're that good with the talent we have now. It's just like, man, we need everybody to stay healthy. That's the thing. Markkanen's in and out, the injuries. I think Denzel needs more time. I think Denzel could be effective for us, as a scorer, kind of a facilitator. He can do he's like a jack of all trades. He can assist, get a rebound and push the break. He can hit a 3. He can create. He can play pick and roll. He play off the ball. He's a solid defender too. He's not a bad defender. He plays hard defense. Man, I like him. I like Denzel Valentine. I think he could be more of a jackknife for us. Obviously Zach, Kobe, Markkanen needs to stay healthy. I like Vucevic. Satoransky's solid. But yeah, rumors going around that we're going to get Lonzo. We're going to pursue Lonzo Ball in free agency in the summer for next year. Which I get it, point guard, whatever. But yeah, or Dennis. Yeah,
that's exactly how I feel about that. Lonzo is a decent player, but
no. I think that could be good. If we still keep Kobe, Lonzo, Kobe, and Zach would be a nice 3-headed guard attack. And Kobe's capable of playing a point and a shooting guard. He's 6'4", so he could, or combo guard, whatever. So he can spell Zach or Lonzo. Lonzo can't push a break, and he's 6'6", and he plays defense. So I think that will be a good fit for the Bulls. I think it could be a good fit for the Bulls.
I wish we wouldn't have given Lauri Markkanen all that money.
And no, he didn't sign it though.
I thought he did.
No, he didn't agree to it or something like that.
Well, good.
That was in the beginning. No, you know what we do with Markkanen, which we should do,
let him go, and then we can
No.
Bradley Beal.
No. We do a sign and trade. So we give him the max, and we send him to a team like Oklahoma City or a team that has cap room and wants and there's a rebuild. We'll give you a young star for players and expiring contracts. Because our team is good enough, we can add something else. We can get rid of him and add something else. We can play. Then we could get a Bradley Beal and probably get a solid another big man or something like that. But
yeah, I feel like in that sign and trade though, for a Bradley Beal, you would have to give up so much in order to.
Now with Washington, maybe go to another team or something. If you could just sign. The Bulls have enough cap space to sign a max guy outright though. They just have Zach LaVine on that max deal, and Felicia's contract is done at the end of this year. Who else is on a big contract? Oh, Vucevic, but it's 20 years. Vucevic and Zach LaVine, Kobe White's still on his rookie deal. Denzel's, I mean, you could lose Denzel. Patrick Williams is still on his rookie deal. You just got rid of Otto Porter's contract. Garrett Temple, I think, is on a 1-year deal. Thaddeus Young, I think he's on a team-friendly deal. Same with Satoransky. So we have cap space to sign like a solid player. That's how they're saying we're going to pursue Lonzo Ball or Dennis Schroeder. We can give a guy $20 million. The cap space now. I think we can go after a guy like top tier guy and get him Bradley Beal or whatever.
But I'm saying if you sign Lauri Markkanen,
I think we need to let Markkanen leave, man. He's always hurt. That's what I like his game, but he's always hurt.
That was my point. Is if you sign Lauri Markkanen and try to use him as a sign-in trade, your value on him is he's a good player when he's healthy, and which is
Mirotic,
which is 50% of the time. If
he's our Mirotic, and you know what too? I know he's going to go to another team, and I bet you he's never going to get hurt. I bet you he's gonna. I can see that happening.
The way it goes,
like he just plays. Yeah, he needs more time. If his defense is better.
It's one of those things, though. It's a gamble. I mean, you either re-sign him and hoping that he comes around, or you let him walk and hopefully he doesn't, come back and drop, 30 points on your ass each time he plays.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
But yeah, the East, it's going to be tough. It's going to be an exciting race for a lot of teams. It's just like I said, the Bulls are going to have to beat those teams anyways if they want to even win the playoffs, if they want to get far in the playoffs. So they got to go up against them, and they got to play against them hard.
You're right.
At this time, it's nut up or shut up.
You're right. We have the talent. We just haven't been here before. Like that's why the veteran leaders, and then we have veterans. We have Thad. We have Satoransky. But I don't know. We don't really have like a vocal veteran.
Yeah.
And we could use like a Todd Gibson, somebody. JJ Redick would be nice to kind of help us.
It's a young team, which they are a young team.
Yeah,
and it's going to take them a little bit. They could get the playoffs this year, but next year I think is the year that they are a shoe in for the playoffs. They're going to finish. I don't know about top 4, but somewhere in that middle for sure. I think it could be top 4 depending upon who they wind up getting, but it really, really just depends. There are a lot of good teams in the East.
Yeah, Philly, Milwaukee. They're front runners. I think they're going to fold. Miami, if they stay healthy, maybe Miami can make another run. I think I don't know about they need some bodies. Like the guys they had last year, they're playing a lot of minutes again this year. Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, can they hold up? Kendrick Nunn, Goran Dragic, Bam. They go like 7, 8 deep. They don't. They need like other guys. I guess they have Iguodala, so we'll see. I think they made a move too in the deadline. Oh, they got Oladipo, yeah. So we'll see. They'll have some. They need to get some some. I don't know. It's some. I don't want to say not youth, but like they need to mix it up a little bit. Pretty much switch it up. So get some new guys in there. But yeah, I think Miami. They're another team to watch. The Knicks. The Knicks can be. The Knicks can be tough. They'll be a tough out, whatever, because they're going to play hard on Thibodeau. They're going to. They're like 4th in the East now, so they're probably going to just. I want to see the Knicks play the Nets in the first round, even though the Nets will probably win. But I want to see them I want to see how the Nets handle that from a mental standpoint going up against the Knicks.
I'm anxious to see the Nets when Kevin Durant comes back.
Whenever that happens,
It's supposed to be sometime next week, is from what I've heard.
Okay.
He's out this weekend. So that's the plus is the Bulls will go up against the Nets without Kevin Durant. So
we'll still lose, but
they very well could. But I think that they could actually have a chance. I think they actually have a chance at competing and making it a good game. They could actually win. But
we're on a bad losing streak, and we got to play Utah tomorrow. Yeah, man. It's like I said, the Bulls are playing, but it's put up or shut up. You're right, dude. But yeah, maybe we can beat the Nets. If we play smart, don't turn the ball over, if we don't turn the ball over, that's key. Like
Well, I mean, yeah. If you don't turn the
Ron.
ball over, then it's
But okay, and our defense is pretty bad. So I forgot. I mean, that's the thing too. Like your defense has got to be more consistent. You're giving up like 120 points to that Golden State team. I'm like, no, dude. That's the team you shut down. Like you let Steph like pretty much have his way. I'm like, this is I'm like that's a team like you got to like just shut Steph down, and that's a team that you should blow out. Like Andrew Wiggins, he has no.
They should have really beat Golden State. That's the loss against the Suns. That's an understandable one.
They competed in that one though.
When I saw them, they played way better against the Suns than they did against Golden State.
I agree.
It's so dumb.
I agree. They did. I was like, they competed against Phoenix, but yeah, I didn't know all those guys were out. I just kept seeing the score, and I was working. I couldn't even like tune in. And then I heard about it on Twitter. I'm like, oh really? Like they kept it that close? I thought everybody was playing. I mean, they were in it, man.
Yeah, I mean, and that's some of those games where you have to take advantage of. You have to take advantage of the opposition and matchups, and you got to close. Speaking of matchups, we're gonna bounce on over to the NCAA because we've got the Final Four coming up this weekend.
Yep.
We have the Miracle Team, UCLA. I kind of just want to see UCLA win it all. I would love just to see the Bruins pull it off, an 11 seed, win the tournament, and be done with it. And not even just an 11 seed, a play-in 11 seed that had to win one more game than everybody else.
I only gave them that play-in game. That was the only game I gave them. I'm like, they're going to win that game. They're probably going to be out.
I gave them that other game.
I gave them one game and out.
One game and out. Well, here they are in the Final Four, and I think I'd love to see them do it, but I am 100% in the belief that they are not going to get past Gonzaga. Gonzaga is just a different animal. They're a different beast, and I mean, you just saw you hyped up USC.
Yeah, I know. I was scared, but yeah, no, Gonzaga is a different beast. They're focused, man.
And I'm not saying that you weren't wrong in hyping them up because they're a great team. They're a very good team. I mean, they destroyed Oregon, and they were a team that absolutely just ran through Kansas. So
Kansas.
Going on from there, they went up against Gonzaga, and Gonzaga just made them look bad.
I know Gonzaga just outmatched them, and I was when I saw that, I'm like, oh, I had to eat my. I was like, oh, okay, all right. Like I think they have their eyes set on winning it all, and I think I have them winning in my bracket, so I'm like, but yeah, the way they handled USC, I'm like, okay, because the way USC was playing, but yeah, if you're just in sync like that, and as a team, it's got to be something special, man, going on there. Like, I thought Timmy was going to struggle versus the USC big man. Like I remember, somebody telling me that, and no, dude, he had that dunk and like that's I've seen that like 10 times this week. Like, but yeah.
And what was crazy was USC even had Gonzaga in foul trouble.
Yeah, their defense, though. I mean, from what I saw, their defense was just all over the place, just active. Yeah. That's why I said defense is all effort, dude. That's why I love our defense. It's all effort because if you just work hard defensively, you get your hand deflection, this and that. You can, and as a team, if you're doing that, you can
How many defensive plays do we see where it's an amazing play, but without effort, it would never have happened? Think about how many times LeBron's chased somebody down from the backcourt and stuffed a breakaway layup or a breakaway dunk. Just a crazy play like that, which if LeBron wouldn't have made the effort to run down and chase those guys down, it wouldn't have happened. But you're absolutely right. Defense, it's all about effort. That's why Gonzaga's just gonna freaking win it all. And I feel bad for UCLA, but their run ends here. They had a great run. They had an amazing run. And it's going to end. It's going to end this weekend.
We'll see. I mean, I have them winning, but we'll see.
I mean, I will say I didn't expect UCLA to shut Michigan down like they did.
Oh, Michigan! I forgot. I stayed up. Late to see that last possession, and man, yeah, it's tough, man. The Michigan to be back, dude. Juwan Howard, I love what they're doing. You know, they're kind of wish Iowa could do the same, but it's another story. But yeah, I mean,
Speaking of players being back, Io and Cockburn from Illinois, both returning.
no, they're not.
That's what I heard this year. I heard it earlier.
No,
It
not
could be
Io.
another April Fool's joke.
Yeah,
It
not
very well
Io.
could be.
I mean, Io, dude, you got your stock is high now, dude. Why come back and risk injuring yourself? Like you, you just at this point, you can go back for your degree. I mean, just go. Like I mean, because you can at least get a rookie year contract. Oh yeah, but he's probably like top 5 if he goes. I think. Maybe. I mean, I'd have to see who else leaves, but
Yeah, I
no,
can't find anything.
I'm gonna look it up on two. Now
That says one way or the other.
it's still
I
too
should say
early
anything
though.
credible. I can't find anything credible that says one way or the
Yeah,
other.
it's still too early.
So, well, there's players that are declaring, like EJ Liddell from Ohio State.
Really?
Yeah, he declared.
I know Cade Cunningham did, but Cunningham's a stud. He's that freshman from. He's like 6'8". He's so I'm like there was no surprise because he participated in senior night.
But yeah, I mean, there's definitely players out there that are committing. Luke Garza, he's going to commit. Obviously, he's a senior, so he's done. But he also just got AP Player of the Year. Well, very deservedly so. He got snubbed last year, and he got his nut this year.
Obi Toppin. I've never really been high on him. I mean, okay, he could probably be a good player, but I mean, to get drafted where he got drafted, I didn't like that. I think he would have been better off in. Yeah, I definitely think that. I think he'll reach his ceiling. I mean, could he be like a Kyle Kuzma or something? Maybe he's kind of like a 6'9", another forward, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think he really does that by any means.
All I've ever seen him do is catch all-oops, though. To be honest with you,
I mean, when he got drafted, I didn't understand why the Knicks took him where they did.
Yeah, was that Thibodeau that took him?
So many other guards and forwards that he ended up playing behind.
I think they maybe thought they were going to be able to move Randall or something like that, or maybe they're going to move RJ Barrett. Don't mind me, I'm stiff, but so I think they maybe thought they'd have more playing time for him, but Randall's playing out of his mind, so you can't sit Randall. And RJ Barrett's playing pretty good as well. So, and I mean, I think Thibodeau's been more of a defensive approach, but yeah, that's not even. You know what? That fits Thibodeau, dude. Because when Thibodeau was in Chicago, he had Jimmy Butler and Luol Deng, like perimeter guys, whatever. And I mean, offensively, they were kind of. I mean. Well, he inherited Dame, but Jimmy Butler, he didn't really have an offensive game at that point. But guys who could switch and guard multiple positions, like a bunch of 6'9" guys. Thibodeau had that in Chicago. Tony Snell, I mean, Jimmy Butler, Luol Deng.
Yeah, I mean,
but yeah, that's the kind of players he likes. Oh man.
Yeah, but to have basically a third backup or a fourth backup to whoever, it's like
that's your system
in your first round. That's.
It's Tibbs' system. That's his system. You know, these coaches aren't arrogant, man. They get their system, and you got to do things a certain way. Either you're in or you're out.
I guess, but I think
that's a Tibbs player though. And I mean, they could have taken a point guard. And they remember Emmanuel quickly. Typically Tibbs does shorter point guards. That's how we went back to Derrick Rose. DJ Augustine, John Lucas III, Nate Robinson.
Yep, Nate the Great.
Man.
But I do think I remember when you said, maybe moving to RJ Barrett, I think I do remember hearing that right around.
I've always heard that.
Somewhere around there where they talked about moving him. But obviously, you're not going to move him when he's playing this well.
No. I mean, he's young. He's not even 21 yet. I mean, he can be good. I mean, and if he improves in his 3-point shot, he can be dangerous. He can get to the hole, so that's good. So I mean, he could learn how to be a better playmaker. If you could drive, if you could drive, you can kick. You know, so you can drive and kick. You can score yourself. You can develop that game. and just keep working on your 3-point shot. You see LeBron hitting threes now. You see Jimmy Butler. Like these guys worked on their threes. Now they're not. They can have their moments. Jimmy,
are you talking about actual 3-point shots or crazy magical downtown land 3-point shots?
Like just like clutch 3-point shots. Like, they need a three. Like I've seen LeBron hit clutch threes. I've seen Jimmy Butler hit clutch threes. Like not even like volume, like or range or anything like that. They're not Steph. They're never going to be Steph. Like there's only Steph. There's like the only game. Like those dudes are combustible. Clay, they can just they know that's they're snipers, dude. But
I was gonna say because I've seen LeBron just try and pull up from half court and try and nail one of those, and
yeah. I mean, it's he's trying to send a message to his doubters. Him and Tom Brady, man, they're like another. Well, I guess Tom more than him, but yeah, it's LeBron antics. Everything's calculated. He's doing it on purpose. He's trying to show hey, I can do this too.
And then when he misses, it's like, oh yeah, no, I can't.
But when he hits it and he turns around and looks at his teammate before the shot goes in, I mean, like it's LeBron. He technically can do that. He's known as the best player in the NBA and the league, whatever. I mean,
with LeBron, I'll take those shots. If I have LeBron James and he airballs a 3-pointer from midcourt, I'm gonna take that. Okay.
And, LeBron is a willing passer though too. But yeah, those shots are just kind of like, hey, like even in he's showing that he's still learning, like in this game. Like, hey, before he used to be a driver, now he's like, hey, I can hit threes now. Which is smart. That it helps your longevity.
Yep.
As a player, if you can do that.
Definitely. Speaking of, so we're gonna stay in the NBA.
Sorry,
you brought up the Andre Drummond news. Him going to the Lakers.
Yeah.
On that buyout.
That's a good move.
Yeah, great move. But he's hurt now.
It's toe injury. It's minor. He hasn't played in like a month though, because Cleveland had him out. I guess the playoffs start pretty soon, but I mean,
hey,
you know what?
Time, though, like a ripped toenail.
Know what?
His ripped toenail got ripped off completely.
Hey, what does this situation remind you of? Think about this. What does this situation remind you of? Kyrie Irving at Duke with his toe injury. Maybe the Lakers hold him out to the playoffs.
No, I don't think that. I think LeBron is too.
Kyrie, LeBron, Drummond, it's all tied.
He's too proud to have any players hold out like that, and not the absolute best record they could possibly finish with.
It'd be an organizational thing, but I think Drummond's gonna be fine. He's got to get his legs under him, obviously, because he's been out for so long. But
LeBron organization.
Huh?
That answers to LeBron.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Speaking of organizations, how do you think the Brooklyn Nets are going to be handling the recent events with Kevin Durant and Michael Rappaport?
I don't know, and I think it could come down from the NBA though, because I don't know. I think the NBA is going to have a say in it too. Like it's not going to just be Brooklyn, and I think the NBA. Just because it's all out there. This is like. They're saying it's racial. I didn't see anything racial. I know you say he's gonna spit in his mouth. He mentioned his wife, and he's pretty vulgar. But I don't think it was there was any racial intent behind it.
Yeah,
but it's still like the NBA's in I don't know if they'll misconduct. What is that?
Yeah,
bullying. Is that bullying? I don't know. What does that fall under?
I think it just falls under code of misconduct. That's what I would.
Yeah. Okay, and then that might be a fine. But he's making max dollars.
But I think it's going to wind up being, and like you said, I didn't think it was as bad as what people made it out to be. There wasn't there wasn't anything racist in there. There wasn't anything.
No. And apparently they talk like that all the time.
Well, that was fun. If you listen to it, if you sit there and you go to a locker room setting. You go to, the court, you go to a baseball field, whatever sports setting it is, there is trash talk on the field, and it is not for the faint of heart. If you don't have thick skin, you're not going to last out there. But like you said, I didn't see anything in those texts that was too outlandish. That, I mean, it was trash talk. It was vulgar. Yeah. It was nasty. Don't get me wrong. Like, but I didn't think there was anything out there that was like, oh, well, Kevin Durant's a racist, or Kevin Durant's he could accuse this guy, or he's homophobic, whatever it is. Like,
yeah, I don't think, yeah.
But I think the worst, kind of the funniest thing was that he said he was going to spit at him or spit on him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But apparently they talk about this all the time, so that makes a lot more sense than to be Kevin Durant just said that. Like, it made me Rappaport just like, yeah, I mean, but that makes sense. They've gone back and forth before.
Yeah,
like that. They probably have.
Yeah, I would imagine they probably have. But it was one of those things where I first read it and I was like,
nah, Rappaport's it's just like, they're like, wait, oh, damn.
Yeah, and I read further, I was like, no, this is KD's handle. This is Kevin Durant. This is more, I'm seeing it. It's Kevin Durant. And he came out and publicly admitted it. He was like, yeah, like, I'm sorry. Like, I never wanted people to see this. And then it transitioned to, I just want to get back to basketball. I want to do this. And it was like, all right, this isn't the type of thing that you can just like sweep underneath the rug and be done. Like, you said this and you've addressed it, that you've said it. You can't just turn around and move on now. Like, it's okay. Hey, now you're going to have to be educated just like anybody else on why it's not okay to say those things. Even though I think that it's probably going to be a talk that he doesn't necessarily need to have. It's going to be a talk that he has to have, because that's the world we live in now, where you say one thing and somebody takes it one way, and now all of a sudden
everything is like recorded, or like everything. Like, you're literally like, you say something, somebody screenshots it. Oh, you said this to me, like, like the Kirk Franklin and his son recording his own dad. Like, I mean, Grant, his dad, Brady. I'm like, come on, man. Like, that's like, and then posting it. I mean, it's just everything. Like, I mean, heck, we're saying stuff now. I can say something that probably offends somebody. They can come back and and say something,
Well, like, I'm more or less, I'm that. And like, if I went out and said, hey, I didn't vote for Joe Biden, somebody could take that and be like, oh, well, then you must be a Republican. You must be that means you're a racist. Man, all I said was I didn't vote forE Biden. That's all I said.
They just took it and they just run with it. Like, oh, no. They're jumping over conclusions. Jumping to conclusions. I'm sorry. Jumping to conclusions.
And that's everything that it is with anything anymore. And it's dumb and it's annoying. And I think we need to be done with it, to be honest. I think people need to get over themselves and actually, talk with somebody with a difference of opinions and still be friends afterwards. But I don't know. Maybe that's a pipe dream.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, KD coming back from the Nets, back from injury next week sometime. The Nets, do they finish with the number 1 seed in the East? Or do you
no.
belongs to Philly? Because right now they're tied for the best record.
If Philly's lost in B. I still think Philly will get it. I don't know if the Nets are going to. I think the Nets are just, hey, let's just make the playoffs healthy with the healthy roster. I mean, it's like with one guy's not out, another guy. That's why I'm not going to watch Brooklyn to the playoffs start. I'm at that point. I still haven't seen them play besides highlights. Like, I mean, I guess I haven't seen a lot of games, but I'm just going to wait and watch them in the playoffs, because that's really all that matters. When you have a team with that many players, like, then these games are just like games to get your legs under you, pretty much.
We really only have 12 games or so left.
The Sixers just won tonight. They beat the Cavs. Will that?
No, we have more than that. We have like 20 games left. I lied. I can't do math. Yeah,
man.
Yeah. There's like 20 games left for a lot of these teams.
Oh yeah, Roy Williams retired.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Basketball coach legend Roy Williams retires. Done.
I completely.
It kind of makes me wonder when Krzyzewski's going to retire.
Yeah,
Coach K.
I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be a year or two ago. I thought he was gonna be. I mean, like it just, or maybe he's gonna work with they'll only do the Olympics every 4 years, whatever.
Because he's the all-time
But,
winningest coach in basketball history, right? I think
yep.
he's got it. I know he's obviously got it for Duke, but I think he's got it for the entire NCAA. So what else does this guy have to achieve? I think he wants to wait until he's gonna win the championship again. His team is, and then he's gonna retire on top. Which I thought that's what Brady was gonna do when he won the Super Bowl, and he's coming back for another year. I don't know why you would try and do that, but
I'm reading the Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant apologized for the comments to Michael Rappaport.
Yeah, and like I said, it was like, yep, I said it. Like, this is what happened.
Yeah.
That's not how I want people to see me talk, and I wanted to focus on basketball now.
What's his injury anyways? I don't even. Is it an ankle?
At first they thought it was a strain, and then he went and got more tests, like an MRI, and they showed it was deeper. And
I think the calf?
Yeah, it was a calf, I think.
Yeah. Okay, I just see right now. This year it was just a regular strain. Then we got a second scan. They saw it was a little deeper. It was one of those things. Okay, that could be bad muscle damage, maybe, or they didn't want to. And too, with the Achilles, that makes sense.
With his injury that kept him out for an entire year.
Just probably hold him out. They'll probably hold him out even longer, like just to make sure like there's no swelling or something residual. So,
I mean, if they do, it's not like that they're missing out on a whole lot. They're tied for first seed right now, first place.
Yeah. And I remember I said earlier, I was like, man, he's been playing like at a high level since he came back from his injury. But he's been out a whole freaking year, but he's been like dominating. I mean, and I'm like, man, like, and when they traded all those players, I mean, he's gonna be playing more minutes, but like, he can do that. But I don't think you want to ease him back into that. I think you want to, a year off injury, give him some games off, let him get his legs under him, stuff like that. I know he's itching to play. He's a player, but you're thinking long term, and he's 30 plus, so you got to be smart. Because and the way he plays too. As long as if he stays healthy and he's such a dynamic scorer, he can easily play at a high level till he's 38, 30. I mean, he can his range, he can shoot. He's a matchup nightmare. His lane. So as long as he stays healthy, he can. I mean, he'll always be able to. And I mean, obviously speed, whatever. But you could just switch him on a center or something like that.
He's got that length to him that he's able to play it, and he's able to, continue to, like you said, play at that pace.
He's like a pure basketball player. That's what he was designed to do.
That in the article, that's actually what he says. He's like, hey, I got to be smart about this, and you don't see too many athletes that are level-headed like that. They're like, hey, I just want to get back. I just want to get back to playing again, and they rush it and they push it. And I like how Katie is handling this, but I don't think that they. I think we're in agreement that they don't end up getting that first seed. I think it stays with Philly.
Yeah, I think Philly's under Doc Rivers.
Yep. But who comes out of the East, I have no idea.
I'm pulling for Philly.
It could be Philly. I don't think it. I hope it's not Brooklyn because I really don't want to see a Lakers.
That's why I want Philly.
Just super team versus super team.
I'd rather see Milwaukee or Philly. I mean, let's see what Giannis does. If Giannis can make it to the finals, let's see what he does on the big stage. Because I already see him not wanting to guard the best player on the perimeter towards the end of the game, like when Jimmy Butler was cooking. I don't like that, man. I'm just saying from a basketball standpoint, any basketball player will agree. Like if you're the guy, you're the MVP or defensive MVP or defensive player of the year, why aren't you checking that guy when he's literally cooking your team? Like that's like you're just like you're literally watching your friend get beat up.
Yeah,
you just standing there watching them get.
And I don't know if that was a coaching decision, and if it was, that at that point Giannis needs to stand.
That's a player. That's a player call. That's a player call. That's like, hey, I got him. I just go and guard him. That's just my mindset. Maybe that's just how I think. But I just go and guard the guy.
And I mean, there's a lot of players that'll just go with what the coaches say and do what the coaches want to do. But in the same token, like, and you're that guy, and your coach says, "Hey, I'm going to put you over here," and it's not working. Say, "No, coach, I got him. We need to switch it up. I've got him." You got to step up and be that leader on the team. We're not in the huddle. We don't know what happened. We don't know what was said.
I check him. The way I think, I just know. That's probably why it irks me so much, because I just know in that situation, and I played a lot of pickup ball, and if I can, the guys like literally score like 3 straight buckets. I'm like, all right, nope, I got him. I'm at least gonna try. Like, let's try something different. I'm like, you just can't let the guy get off like that on the perimeter. Well, you're the MVP, and you're like, oh, well, coach said I gotta guard this guy. I'm like, nah, dude, you're supposed to be the best player on the court. Like one of the best players in the planet. No, you got to get over there. You got to shut him down, and then you got to go over there and make it happen for your team because you're just that good.
Yep, exactly. Because
that's what separates. Yeah, like that separates him from like Kevin Durant. Like Kevin Durant will go check that regard to God. You know what I'm saying? That's now more than ever. Like he'll guard him. I mean, like Giannis, if you want to be on Kevin Durant's level, LeBron's level, you'll guard the guy.
Because that's what it is. Crunch time, best on best. It's all the weight in the world. All the weight.
I'm saying. That alone kind of already irks me about Milwaukee. Like the fact that he does stuff like that. I mean, I don't know if his supporting cast is good around him. That's why I say I want to see Giannis on that grand stage, but I don't think Giannis has enough offensive repertoire to lead a team there, unless the team gets hot, like everybody's hitting threes and everything's just clicking, and Giannis is like getting 40 points, but like it's on like 10 dunks per game and like a bunch of and ones. Like he's got like easy offense, and everybody else is getting like open shots and stuff like that. But in the series, unless you have I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, it shouldn't, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I guess what you can game plan for Giannis unless he's hitting. I mean, it falls on him to start hitting his jump shots still now. So I'm like, okay, you hit your threes, they can't stop you then.
Yep.
Because you can always, but yeah.
Probably about the next week and a half or so, we're gonna start seeing a couple teams here start cooking, and then it's gonna be this team. Watch out for them. That's kind of how it is. Once these teams catch fire, they're locked in and they're on, and they're very, very tough to stop. That's exactly what happened with Miami last year. Was they got hot towards the end, and they got locked in on defense. They had a great game plan going into each series, and they knew how to outsmart and win the game against their opponent. They knew how to shut them down. They knew what they needed to do. And it took them all the way to the championship. I think that's what I liked about Miami team from last year, was that they were a team that wasn't expected to get to be there, and then all of a sudden they were there. That's just me, though.
Never underestimate the grit of a team, and I mean the culture of Miami. I'm not surprised because I said that when they got Iguodala, but they could beat Milwaukee. So when they beat Boston, I was like, oh, okay. Like, I'm like, oh, okay. All right.
All right.
Whole nother story. But Boston's not that good, actually. Or not anymore. I mean, Kemba's like injuries, like kind of just, yeah. But yeah,
Boston is tanking. I think you and I called that a couple weeks ago.
We lost to them like the Bulls did a while ago. I think we beat them now, though. And we got Tyson. So there's their point guard position. Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum are good, but they need that point guard to get them the ball. And then they need center obviously and stuff like that. But so they're not out of the picture. Maybe I don't know if Kemba. Something got to figure out what's going on with Kemba. Like, but get a point guard in there, and you'll be good.
The only plus side to the Bulls losing streak is that everybody else from that 6th seed and down has also lost 2 times in a row.
Okay, that's good.
So the Bulls 5-game losing streak is kind of only put them, slightly behind, but still only separated by, 4 or 5 games. It's going to be a race. It's going to be a race, and if the Bulls can pull off some streaks here, they're going to get in. But before we go, let's make some predictions for the weekend's game. Final 4. Gonzaga, UCLA.
Gonzaga. Score?
Final score.
Maybe a 90.
My cat is trying to dig underneath my computer, and I don't know why. So that's why my computer screen is shaking.
Gonzaga 88. UCLA 62. Houston Baylor 68. Houston 54. These are like the most random numbers I can think of.
Okay, get out of there. You're done. You're done, Kat. My Gonzaga UCLA score is going to be very, very similar to yours. I'm going to go 89 Gonzaga, UCLA 67. It's going to be a 20-point win for Gonzaga, but it just barely. And then Baylor and Houston, I think that's actually going to be more of a score fest.
You think so? I think it's gonna be it'll be. Well, yeah, you could be right. No, you totally could be right. Actually.
So I think I'm gonna throw out 81-77 or Baylor.
Respectable.
I think that's gonna be a high score game. So if you're looking to bet the over in that game. Bet it. Bet the over and bet Gonzaga.
I usually always bet the over.
I have a tendency to bet the under because I like defense. Except for when I bet the over, I cheer against the defense, and I just want there to be awful defense, scoring left and right. But yeah, that's all I have for this week. I know we kind of had 2 shows because we did the Sunday show because I missed Thursday. So we kind of had a lot. We didn't have as much to cover this week. It was more of a zany stories that happened.
Almost didn't make it tonight too. I'm glad I changed my schedule up.
Look at you.
That was me calling audible.
Flexible schedule.
I called my own number, Andrew. Just called my own number and I got it done. I'm like, oh hey, and then I looked at the time. I was like, oh man, it's only like 8. I'm like, I can do this. I'm like, hey,
hey, well, I'm happy to be able to do this tonight with you. Do you have anything else that you wanted to say or anything that you saw?
We actually covered a lot. Roy Williams. I mean, we talked about a lot of different things. Like I thought we covered a lot. We talked about the NBA, Roy Williams. We talked about Luka Garza, Kevin Durant, Michael Rappaport. That's non-sports. Utah Jazz. I mean, so like, yeah, we just covered a lot of different topics, a lot of different topics. We have the Final Four this weekend. That should definitely be fun. NBA, still same old, but yeah. And then championship, is it Final Four Saturday, championship Monday? Because it always used to be on Monday.
Yep. Final Four Saturday, championship Monday.
Nice.
Gonzaga Baylor. Bet on it.
Yeah. Oh, I think I should. And I'll bet on the over.
That game, I would 100%. I don't care what the over's at. I will probably hammer it.
You know, I want to try what's that bet called? The 3, like there's 3 of them and they all have to go. Is that a parlay?
Parlay, yeah.
I want to try a parlay. I've never done that before. I've only done like single bets, whatever. I might get wild, man. I might just get wild.
Parlay is there's times where they won't let you parlay things from the same game because the outcomes could be so like. If you bet that Gonzaga was going to win and Gonzaga was also going to cover, that's almost like beat the spread. That's almost like betting the same thing.
Yeah, as I say, that'd be too easy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I get that.
And they won't like things that would like, I guess, kind of double your chances to win that are kind of the similar. Yep. They won't do it. So there's some that will, some that won't. It just depends upon who you're betting through. I have not taken a very close look at Monkey Knife Fight to see if they would let you. It's more or less just been single bets for me through them. But I think Michael Sicoli or DJ Jarvis might be our resident Monkey Knife Fight experts. So we're going to have to consult them on that one. But from us at For Fantasy's Sake, this has been Points in the Paint brought to you by Yard Barbers. We appreciate you swinging by and checking us out. We will be live back next Thursday with kind of reactions from Final Four as well as Championship Monday. And then talking more NBA, we'll be able to kind of hit that full swing and kind of hopefully we'll have a better idea of some of the playoffs because we'll have a small chunk of games going in, but there'll definitely be some teams that have been eliminated and even more so than now. So we will see you guys next week.
See ya.